This is the best looking, feeling, and tasting leather bag I've ever owned. It's also $500, so it better taste good. So let's check it out. Now I could stop this video with leather pouches and straps, you know, normal leather accessories, but what really complements a nice set of leather goods is this cowboy costume that I'm not afraid to admit I'm definitely not confident enough to wear outside. But in the studio, I can be whoever and whatever I want. So starting off with this 4-piece outfit, my new favorite casual top, the Billy Reid denim shirt. Mainly because a distressed denim looks good with basically anything you wear. It's got a rough and durable texture, one you can wear without worrying about a stitch popping loose when you bend over to pick up the soap. Combine that with the unique brass hardware and matching stitches, it not only looks the part, but also smells and feels it too. The low cuts around the front and back with the raised sides give it a modern feel, one you can tuck away for the dad vibe or just hang loose on the dance floor as well. The snap buttons are a vibe and should honestly be used on everything. Plus, if you only have this to store your EDC, the double-breasted pockets come clutch with more snap closures keeping your daily essentials safely tucked away. The beauty of a roughed up denim though is it looks good buttoned up for a formal setting, but can also instantly transform to show off your dance moves. To complete the set, we had to pair it with a rugged vest. This one from Flint and Tinder, the Quilted wax vest. Made of all things durable, mainly this tough wax cotton canvas on the exterior that you just want to feel up all day long. But of course is meant to be handled out in the open field or just sitting at your desk in the office all day too. The insulation is warm enough to layer on top of a sweater in the winter time while also staying lightweight so it can pair nicely with a light shirt on a rainy day as well. It also offers pockets galore with 2 large front pockets deep enough to keep your gear from sliding out on their own. Plus you don't have to worry about anything poking through the stiffer durable canvas either. Combine that with the button chest pocket up top and even a hidden zippered pocket on the inside to keep your daily essentials locked away. It's minimal looking without extensive branding on the outside, so you can easily pair this with any outfit if you're feeling a little chilly or just really love that rugged look and feel as well. Now to top it all off, literally speaking, there's the Stetson Bozeman Hat. Probably my new favorite hat of all time. With over 150 years of experience, Stetson knows a thing or two about hats. I mean, come on, this makes even my large forehead look phenomenal. That's all thanks to the 100% wool felt design that's breathable, moisture wicking, and quick drying as well, with a sweat rim on the inside that's lightly padded, making it feel like you're wearing a regular baseball cap. However, the best part is this, not having to treat it like a precious, beautiful piece of jewelry. Instead, you can actually use it, tossing it, beating it up when you're out and about, or just stuffing it into your bag, because when you take it out, wha-bam. The wool construction holds its shape no matter how rough you are with it, and now you'll always have the perfect hat for the great outdoors, but also the perfect outfit to complete this leather EDC collection, because moving into the actual leather goods, starting with the most expensive of the whole lineup, this is the Hardgraft flat pack sling bag, and right off the bat, it's $500 and probably the simplest bag you'll ever buy, but trust me, in no way does it feel like it's worth a single penny less. It's made of vegetable tan leather all around, with a raised pattern along the face to keep the structure of the bag. There's thick leather pieces wrapped around the edges with proper stitching, so this isn't going to fall apart on you anytime soon. And finally, featuring a single buckled strap, they've geniusly attached onto the bag, which we'll see later, because this bag is the literal epitome of minimal, fitting basically just a single laptop. But I haven't come by a sling bag that makes it look so effortless and sophisticated at the same time. The best part is how these straps wrap around your body, allowing your laptop to sit flat up against your body so it's not flopping around when you are. And finally, there's a stiffer flat top covering the top zipper that's held shut magnetically to keep any dirt or water from sneaking through the zipper. But taking a look at the inside, it's basically a stay at the Shangri-La but for your MacBook, lined with a super soft and plush wool, providing just enough cushioning without sacrificing in size. Otherwise, it has a single sleeve pocket that barely fits a charger or hard drive, but who cares when it looks and feels this good. Speaking of which, when it comes to leather phone cases, the new Spigen Enzo series is the new cherry on top of the cupcake, or however the saying goes, and for $150, it better damn well be. So I get it if you're skeptical. Who, what, when, where, and why would you spend 15 Big Mac meals worth on this? Well, it's an experience, and it all starts the moment you rip open the box. We'll get to the other goodies in a bit, because obviously the star of the show is the case itself. And I'll be honest, it's very difficult to explain how this leather just feels softer, thicker, and more plush while still being durable enough for everyday usage. But it's probably got to do with the fact Spigen uses full grain vegetable tan leather from Genoma directly from Italy, the capital of all things leather. It's so official, they even include a serial number to verify that this is indeed the real deal. Now enough of caressing the case, popping the phone in, and it just wouldn't be a fancy AF product without some random slow motion that just screams, damn, I need that in my life. Because who doesn't want to look this good while scrolling through the memes? The aluminum accents top off the premium aesthetic and still offer a clicky feel, with it also covering the triple threat around back, giving you plenty of room to safely go ham on your phone, but still being thin enough with MagSafe magnets built in to feel like you don't have a case blocking your way of slow charging to the fullest. Better yet, pair it with other sophisticated MagSafe accessories to complete the look. And look, they will. Spigen also didn't forget where they came from, making cases people trusted to keep their phone safe when you had a hand spasm like this. They include these patches of what feels like spongy foam on the inside, and if you're wondering whether it actually works, well, I did a whole video on what it's capable of, linked above. But basically, it's more than enough for your day-to-day shenanigans. However, the Enzo series does take it one step further. Spigen includes a matching strap made from the same flavor of leather, pretty much guaranteeing that you don't have to worry about your butterfingers anymore while mindlessly scrolling through TikTok. So in the end, you're really buying an experience. From the premium Genoma leather to the unique serial number granting you VIP support and a lifetime warranty. So if your wallet is feeling a little heavy lately, details and links are in the description down below to lighten it up. No EDC is complete without a way to store all the money you no longer have after shopping this video. This time we're going with the functional all leather Ranger wallet from Andar, a combination of the best features from all their other wallets. A cash strap, pull tab pockets, and quick access everything. But starting off with the star of the show though is the full grain vintage leather, basically the best cut available. Then my favorite, the basic and hidden branding that allows the wallet itself to do all the talking, which over time will start to have its own story to tell thanks to the wicked patina process this natural leather goes through. Opening up the wallet, you're welcomed with your tiny life savings you have left secured tightly under a thick leather band, while still offering plenty of space around it to make grabbing and going a struggle-free process. The opposite end on the inside offers 2 card slots, great for items you don't need on the fly but should have with you, because the real magic is out front. Tug on this tiny knob and it can reveal over 6 to 8 cards stored securely inside the pocket. And to top it all off, one last pocket on the outside for the card or cards you use the most, so you don't even have to think about it. Therefore, leaving you a wallet with a slot for every card within a slim form factor that you can grab blindfolded and know exactly where any card is stored within it. Moving along, this ain't made of leather, but it sure does look like it belongs here. The new Fuji Instax Mini Evo camera will make you feel like a real photographer thanks to all the built-in functions and filters to make any photo look Instagram worthy. But the built-in printer is what really sells its nostalgic vibe. By no means will this replace your large DSLR or even phone cameras, but even for this faux leather texture on this completely plastic build, it can still take some decent photos when combined with the 100 possible filter combinations available. When in use, it feels like a regular camera too, albeit slightly on the more toyish side, but with the built-in mirror and flash, you're able to capture moments you wouldn't have thought to take your phone out for anyways. And in the end, that's what this camera is all about, because when loaded with their Instax film cartridges, which comes out to about $1 a photo, the fun is in taking the photos, but also printing and sharing them as well. Although when you do take photos, it does have a very hipster and cool appeal to it as well. You'll definitely turn some heads and be asked where they can get one themselves. Better yet, take a photo of them and hand it to them on the spot. Then go out and try all the other filters like the double exposure, half frame, light leak, or fisheye, combined with the 10 film effects such as black and white or a retro tone. Now, if you hate every shot that you took on it, you can always have a blast from the past with your phone library once you connect it through Bluetooth, as it then acts as just a portable printer too. Choosing any photo from your library and utilizing these simple editing options, as the Mini Evo is one of Fuji's crispiest and clearest printers to date. Now, everything is sped up here, but once it's fully developed, there's something to be said about having a physical copy of your favorite artwork. Plus, for a full digital camera and printer combo, it's actually a fairly compact size and comfortable one too, thanks to the dual shutter buttons available. However, the real star of the show here is the pull trigger to print a photo. If you know, you know. It's one of the most satisfying nostalgic feelings you really can't put a price on. Next up, stored away as it's not something I need on the fly, is my tool pouch. The Hitch and Timber Pocket Runt, a tiny leather sleeve that fits my knife and lighter of choice perfectly, with the option to personalize with a wicked lanyard too. There's not much to the sleeve itself, but what is there makes it the perfect tool shed for my needs. It's durable, offering just enough space without adding too much bulk, and something I can toss around without being afraid about scratching up whatsoever, which makes it ideal to store my go-to tools, like the Craighill Rook blade. Not only is this a looker, it's sharp and comfortable in the hand even for its smaller size. Plus, they still manage to elegantly fit in a flipper mechanism, which I will tell you now is super addictive. You're getting S35VN steel in a 2.3-inch blade paired with a tiny amount of texture along the top. But otherwise, they stripped everything down to the bare essentials, and I love it. Especially in use, the all-metal design helps cut through any box I throw at it like butter, and with the drop point blade helping with more precise cuts when needed as well. Once done, unlocking the large frame lock is simple enough to do single-handed, and packed away, the rounded design with chamfered edges makes it one of the coolest looking yet safest knives to carry with you. Plus, with the lack of a clip, it makes the perfect knife to fit snug into the pocket Runt with just enough sticking out to access quickly on the go. Next, while the elastic pocket was designed for a pen, I've paired it with the thinnest lighter I own. This is the Tsubota Q lighter with the matte black design in collaboration with Tokyo Smoke. It has an all metal body which you pop the top off, and like a regular Zippo, well bam, legit fire emoji. It's just about the length of my finger, and it's so thin and lightweight you can easily toss this into any pocket and have just in case. Coincidentally enough, it's also the exact size to fit into the Pocket Runt pen holder, and if you're looking to make a minimal tool pouch, you could not have asked for a more perfectly fitting combo than this. It makes storing in pockets alongside your wallet and phone a lot safer, but also to keep your new favorite knife safe while being tossed around as well. To top it off, finish it with a lanyard for quick access. My choice going to the Lautie Zirconium lanyard bead. There isn't much to say here other than it looks amazing. It was a limited drop and only available in the Lautie Facebook group, although it can be bought secondhand fairly reasonably as well. However, at its cost, you really have to love Zirconium and this design, because I sure as heck do. When all combined though, due to the small size and lack of any clips, the lanyard gives you a convenient way to avoid losing the whole package in a large pocket, and you can easily tug on the string and always be able to pull it out when needed. Plus, it just barely adds any additional bulk in the process. Now, hear me out on this one. The Shinola leather baseball is exactly what it sounds like. A baseball completely covered in a leather skin. In the search for a fidget toy to fit this episode, I came by this and realized how underrated and fidgety a ball can be, let alone how common it already is at relieving stress as well. It's small enough to fit into a bag or pocket without anyone questioning you, but also just comfortable enough to use one-handed. Otherwise, there's not much else to say than to describe what a baseball is. Shinola does pride themselves on being built by skilled craftsmen based in the US, and with this premium leather feel and hand-stitched finish, it doesn't disappoint on that promise. Now, for the cost, it wouldn't be something I actually go out and toss around. Instead, I'd stick with the traditional route of squeezing it as hard as I can to relieve all the steam from a full day of dealing with my coworker Steve. Moving to the belt, this is the Top Knives mini sling in its very bold leather belt holster. The Slingshot itself though is easily one of the tiniest yet still functional tools I've tested, made of a steel frame that you can count on to not fall apart apart on you, and accented with a very lightweight micarta handle that's also chunky enough so you actually have something to grip onto. In total, it weighs in at 3.2 ounces, so light you'll probably forget you're even carrying it with you. But when in use, the leather pocket and elastic straps make for a very fun experience firing small size balls. And you don't want to be the one to judge what it can do solely on its tiny size. The leather pouch it's stored in is one of the toughest leather pouches I've come across for such a tiny product. Plus, with the little extra space on the inside, you can even store some additional balls to have ready at all times. So when everything is tucked away and strapped in, you can quickly access your tool of choice like your Batman, but for the woods. Another essential EDC staple, the keys. This one's stored in the newly released Bellroy Key Case, one of the most affordable yet also functional pieces to this collection, starting with this beautiful eco tan leather finish. As when it comes to an ideal brown leather, this is exactly how I'd picture it. They include metal hardware all around, but more importantly, the shell of the whole case is actually a flexible plastic, which means any keys you store inside won't degrade the quality of the exterior leather over time. And combine that with this flippy switch mechanism, by yanking the tab, it instantly reveals all your hidden keys, allowing you to grab whatever you need, use it, and tuck it away without worrying about anything flipping out on its own until you actually push the tab again yourself. It's like having a really nice leather phone case, but for your keys. Thanks to the plastic shell though, you don't have to care about tossing, sitting, or actually using this beautiful new set of keys. Plus, a first I've seen for key organizers, they've integrated the lanyard attachment beautifully for those who carry additional key fobs, but when not needed, it easily pops out with a single finger and you can just take what you need for the day instead. This is for the Magic fans or anyone that enjoys a game of Big 2 on the go. The Misc Goods Co card case is a must-have to keep your playing cards of choice protected. Whether you toss it into your tiny pocket or a large bag, the vegetable tan leather is thick enough to avoid your cards from denting any corners or scratching up the box. And although it's just a single piece of leather sewn in half, they still manage to make it look simple while also something you can pull out from your suit to get a game of blackjack rolling. Plus, these are hand stitched with a wax cotton thread and made in the USA too. Now, if you do carry around your favorite deck of cards, please let it be this Bubble Tea Boba card deck from 52 cards. It's all things Asian, and finally a deck of cards that just get me. The back design is cute, fun, and a little worrisome as it makes me want a boba every time I pull it out. The cards themselves have unique designs too, and printed on a classic B casino grade deck as well. So it's the real deal. They feel smooth in the hand and handle fast and fresh out of the box. Plus, you couldn't ask for a more appropriate deck of cards when dealing out hands for a night of Big 2 with the fam jam. If you didn't have a card case, they do include a simple plastic clear one that elevates the design even more, and I didn't think that was possible. To top it all off, something you, and I for that matter, didn't see coming. This is the Fjallraven G1000 seat pad. Yeah, you heard that right. Definitely not something you need on a daily, but sometimes you may want to just sit on a hard ledge or a rough rock. And now you can, comfortably. Fjallraven is known to use their heavy-duty G1000 material in their backpacks and jackets, basically a thick and durable eco-friendly material, which when combined with the opposite side of recycled wool and a hint of leather, this literally feels like what you'd imagine a portable seat cushion should be. It's plushy, durable, and when sat on, does make a difference on rougher surfaces. Now, will you need this all the time? Well, it just depends how much of a drama queen you are, but they do come in two orientations with slightly different material finishes that are equally as comfy, and thankfully also both fold up, so you can toss it into your bag or just stick it into your cargo pants pocket for some extra padding too.
Vote for Alpine Green EDC or an updated best iPad accessory video in the comments down below. But that's it. I rest my leather EDC.